Yes, let's look at the introduction to sociology. This is our first lecture for this module. And in this presentation, we are going to define sociology and then explain the main concepts and perspectives in sociology, and then identify the origins and development of sociology as I explained, and then look at the methods that sociologists use uh, to investigate social phenomena, and then now apply the concepts and perspectives of sociology to nursing practice. That's what we are going to look at. Sociology is a branch, is the study of society, including its origin, development, structures, and functions. So this is to say that uh, we look at societies, how uh, they originate, okay, the processes, um, the development and the structures and functions, the relations, social functions, social institutions, issues to do with the social behavior, social norms, cultures. These are things that we look at when we are studying sociology. So the history of sociology can be the key person that it can be attributed to is Auguste Comte. Okay, Comte. This person is regarded as the father of uh, sociology. Okay, so he's the one who made who coined the word sociology, which comes from social, which is basically comes from the word society. So that is basically a Latin word. And then logi, which is a Greek word to mean study. So sociology is the study of society, where we look at the structure, the development, and then the origin. Okay, basically those social interactions, social phenomena, those are the things that we look at in sociology. So Gaston Comte is the father of sociology, and he's the one who coined the word. Okay, so during the Industrial Revolution and the French Revolution, uh, the the development of sociology as a discipline was actually on an increase. Okay, a lot of people were interested in understanding social structures and how they contribute to change. Okay, so understanding the social conditions that contribute to change. Okay, so other sociologists, like for example Karl Marx, Emile Durkheim. Okay, these people laid the foundation for the development, the discipline of sociology. So sociology is a discipline, um, is an interdisciplinary field where you have fields like history, economics, psychology, and anthropology. Okay, helping us to understand the different social phenomena, okay, or sociological concepts. Okay, so um, when we are studying sociology, we get concepts from these different fields, and that's why we say it is interdisciplinary. And then sociology is also dynamic, meaning that it is not static; it keeps on changing. So there is needed for continuously analyzing societal dynamics and adaptation of sociological theories. Okay, even the theories keep changing over time. Okay, or new theories actually keep emerging as a result of empirical research. Okay, so sociology is an empirical discipline. This is to say that it relies on evidence that is generated from empirical research. Okay, so research methods such as surveys, interviews, and observations are actually used to gather this data and then making conclusions that are based on evidence. Okay, and also the theories can also be tested through sociological research methods. And then it is a holistic discipline. This is to say that sociology examines the whole picture, looking at the different characters or the different elements in a society and how they actually interact. That is the sociology. So it involves the study of a society as a whole. Okay, looking at how the different variables, how the different elements of the society actually relate with one another. So when we look at the sociology as a discipline, we look at social structures or social institutions, that is the families, education, and religious institutions. When we talk about social institutions, those are the ones we mean. And then social stratification, the divisions that we have in society. We have divisions according to economic class, divisions according to race, divisions according to gender. So we look at those divisions, the ones we are calling social stratification. And then social change. Societies are changing because of many factors. Economic factors, sociological factors, technological factors. Okay, all these contribute to change. So we also look at, we study how societies change. So it's social change. And then social movements. Okay, movements that are towards advocating or fighting ills, societal ills. Okay, how do societies mobilize themselves to fight oppression, marginalization? Okay, that is social movements. And then we look at defiance and crime. We have people who have what we call antisocial behaviors. So how we look at the different ways, the different factors, how people develop this defiant behavior. Why do people commit crimes? What are the factors that contribute to crime? What are the social factors that contribute to crime? So we look at that. And then we look at the impact of globalization on societies. And then culture. Those are things that we actually look at in sociology. So sociology is a science because it is based on research evidence or evidence that we get from research. So it is an empirical subject. We don't derive theories from nowhere. Okay, theories are proven by research. Okay, so we test sociological theories through empirical research. Okay, so we use empirical methods in sociology. So therefore we say that sociology is a science. So why is it that we really need to understand social issues, social institutions, social relations, crimes, all these things? One, it helps us to understand the factors that contribute to change in societies. Okay, so we have many factors relating, we have many variables that contribute to sociological aspects in our lives. So we want to know the relationships of these variables and how they actually shape our lives. Okay. We also use sociological research to inform policies. So, for example, if we have what you call social injustices, we have inequalities, income inequalities. These are societal problems. Okay, so how do we address them? You can only address them if you have research that is obtained from what we are calling sociological research. Okay, so sociology also allows us to think critically about the social world and challenge assumptions. So the things that we could be knowing about societies can actually be wrong. So when we use sociological understanding, it allows us to be able to really re-evaluate our thinking. Okay, so we critically reflect on our thinking and the assumptions that we have made on societies. And when we do that, we can make the right choices in many ways. Okay, so we need to understand the society we live in, and that is the only way we can be able to make our societies better. So sociology is not a standalone discipline. We earlier on said it is interdisciplinary, to mean that other other fields, other disciplines also contribute knowledge to the understanding of social structures, social development, and social change. Okay, so disciplines such as medical sociology, they help us to understand the sociological aspects of illness, disease, and even health behavior, or even health care in general. Okay, so medical sociology is very important because of that. The interpretation of illness is affected by sociological factors, cultures, or norms. The health-seeking behavior, behaviors that promote health, have societal origins. Okay, cultural factors, the traditional, the harmful traditional practices, all these have societal origins. So investigating this is very important, and that is the field of medical sociology. And then we look at hospital sociology, which focuses on social organization of hospitals and patient experiences. Okay, hospitals. In hospitals, uh, we have nurses or health workers, and then we have the patients. But these are social beings. Okay, so the operations, the management of hospitals also has sociological concepts related. So, in hospital sociology allows us to investigate such dynamics. And then the social, cultural, and economic aspects. So it allows us to understand the social, cultural, and economic factors that shape society. So we said that sociology is an empirical subject, meaning that we use empirical research to make our conclusions on sociological concepts. Or we can say that sociological theories can be tested through research. Okay? So what methods do we actually use in sociology when we are investigating social phenomena, or if we are testing a theory? So we can use quantitative methods. This is where we basically collect numerical data about different sociological phenomena. Okay, so this is where you can use surveys and questionnaires as the methods. And then qualitative, this is where you really gather in-depth data about a sociological concept. Okay, so you want to get that narrative data from participants who have perhaps experienced the sociological phenomena that you're investigating. Okay, So you can use methods such as interviews, observations, and focus group discussions. And then you can use comparative methods where you want to compare different societies. What are the differences and what are the similarities? And then historical methods is where you look at historical information relating to a particular sociological concept. How has it evolved over time? So you collect information through historical documents to analyze and see the patterns of a particular phenomena over the years. So social surveys, like we said, is one of the commonest tools that you can use to collect very important data on sociological concept, or when you're conducting social research. Okay, so this is where you can either have the surveys being done online or in person, whether it is interview guided or it is self-administered, or basically online by email or by mail. So we have different fields of sociology. You can decide to concentrate on criminology, where you basically look at crimes and criminal behavior, or you can look at behavior in terms of the social behaviors that deviate from the norm. Okay, that is defiance. Okay, why do people engage in antisocial behaviors? That is defiance. And then you have education. So with education too, we have sociological aspects to education. Informal education, for example, has implications, sociological implications. Even the formal education also has sociological implications. And then we look at family, okay? Family structures, functions, and dynamics. And then we look at gender, where we look at roles, gender roles, the understanding of gender, or the social construction of gender, and then issues to do with gender inequality and other things related to gender. Okay, and then we have industrial sociology, looking at the social dynamics in the workplace, and then medical sociology, the understanding of illnesses, disease, and health, and then political sociology, which looks at the power structures, who has power in society, and what are the processes of occurring power in a given society, and then the role of religion, and also religion, education, and then lastly the field of social stratification, which we said we are looking at the different classes, whether based on race, gender, or even income, okay, the divisions within a society. So sociology is an important field for nurses because we have actually looked at the fact that health-seeking behavior is influenced by sociological factors. The way people interpret certain diseases, someone will get a disease, let us say TB, and then the person will say that that TB is as a result of a curse, okay, a curse. So the interpretation of a disease is actually related to sociological aspects, because a curse is actually a sociological concept. Okay, so that means that nurses should be aware of the sociological concepts that will influence the provision of nursing care. Okay, so understanding sociological concepts of diseases is very, very key to provide holistic and culturally competent nursing care as far as nursing and sociology is concerned. Okay, so the other very important issue about sociology is that it allows us to really investigate the sociological factors that contribute to ill health, sociological factors that contribute to ill health, or the social factors that contribute to ill health. Okay, issues like wife inheritance, that is a social issue, but it has an impact on health. Issues like circumcision. Someone who has joined, please make sure you mute. So social culture, social practices such as circumcision, they have impact on health. Culture such as tooth removal, okay, they also have impact on health. We have cultural practices such as bond setters. I think you have heard of this. This is a sociological issue. Okay, so that means that we have social factors that influence health, and we call them social determinants of health. So, as a nurse, it's very important for you to understand these factors. Okay, social factors that influence health. We have looked at cultural practices, many do, but we also have poverty, education, and access to healthcare and social support. When someone becomes sick in a family, who takes care of that person? It is usually a woman. It is something to do with social support. How do we take care of a sick person? That is social support. And then we look at access to healthcare, education, and poverty. These are all very important sociological factors that contribute to health, ill health, or better health, depending. Okay, so it is very important for us to really understand these factors. And then the social organization of healthcare. We have also looked at the fact that also healthcare organizations, where we have different health workers, you have different patients, and then we have different structures of healthcare organizations. All these have sociological aspects to them. So it is very, very vital that we actually understand the social dynamics when working in such an environment in order to provide quality patient care. We are diverse, we are not the same, okay? So regardless of the origin of your client, or regardless of the origin of your colleague, you actually need to work together, okay? So sociological or sociology allows you to appreciate diversity and be able to work as a culturally competent nurse in a variety of settings. Okay? And then the other issue is an issue to do with social justice. Social justice is where every member of a given society has an equal access to resources, benefits, and opportunities. But social injustice is when you have a given segment of the society not having access to resources, and they therefore not live the best possible life that society can provide. So, if you are competent in sociology, you can be able to appreciate that we have what you call social injustices that we need to stand against. Okay, so we need to advocate for policies that ensure that everyone has equal access to resources, including quality health care, regardless of who they are, in terms of race, ethnicity or tribe, gender, sexual orientation, or socio-economic status. Okay, so that the other issue is that sociology allows nurses to look at patients as holistic beings, or as as a, as people who have social needs. Okay, when you're caring for a patient, you don't only look at the health needs, which are basically physical in most cases, but we also have other aspects to well-being: psychological well-being, sociological well-being, spiritual well-being, and emotional well-being. These are very important. So, sociology allows us to appreciate that we need to look at a human being as a whole. We look at all dimensions of health. Okay, so that is actually very, very key. Just 1 minute. Yes, so I needed to make sure my laptop is not going to go off. Um, okay, so it allows us to understand that humans are holistic beings, that we don't only have to look at only the physical health dimension, but also look at the other dimensions of well-being. Okay, sociology also allows nurses to be able to communicate and build rapport and trust with patients. It also enables nurses to be competent leaders, okay, who can create a difference in the social, in the healthcare system, okay. So that means that we apply sociological concepts in a number of fields, in the way we care for patients, in public health, that's basically advocating for equal access to healthcare, ensuring that you have a healthcare system that is responsive to the needs of the population. So basically also look at the social impact of healthcare policies in a given society. Okay, even in education and also in research. So that marks basically the end of our session. This is basically a summary of the key things of sociology in nursing. So if you have any questions, please, you are welcome